Most med students read research the hard way. I used to open a paper, scroll to the abstract, and then just get stuck. 10 minutes later, I'd be 3 paragraphs deep into the introduction, already questioning my life choices. If that sounds familiar, stay with me for the next few minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how to go from this is too dense to oh, I get what this study is saying in under 6 minutes. This is the same 3-step system I used for every paper since first year. It's simple, it's fast, and it works whether you're preparing for a general club or writing an assignment. Why most people struggle? Here's the problem. We think reading a paper means reading every word, but that's like trying to understand a city by visiting every single house. Research papers follow a pattern. They're not written to entertain you, they're written to convince you. Once you understand that structure, you will realize half the paragraphs are just scaffolding. I used to print papers, grab a highlighter, and then go at war with the text. But after highlighting entire pages yellow, I realized I wasn't actually understanding more. I was just decorating the PDF. So I stopped reading line by line and started using this 3-step triad system. Think of it as quick vitals check for papers. You decide if it's worth your time before you invest your time. Step 1 is the 60-second skim. Before you commit to reading, you want to know what this paper is even trying to say. Here's what I do. Open the PDF and look at just 4 places. The title, the abstract, the last sentence of the introduction, and the first line of conclusion. That's it. 4 quick peeks. Together, they tell you the research question, the main finding, and the tone of the paper. If you can't tell what the paper is about after that skim, either it's badly written or it's not relevant to you. In both cases, you can move on guilt-free. When you practice this, you will notice patterns. Some papers sound big and flashy in the title, but conclusion quietly says, no significant difference was found. That's your cue to close it. Okay, let's say the paper passes the skim test. Now we move to step 2, methods triage. This is where you check if the study deserves your trust. You don't need a PhD to do this. Just look at 3 quick indicators. Sample size, is it tiny or actually powered? Study design, randomized, cohort, case series, primary outcome, what were they measuring? You can usually find all 3 in the first paragraph of methods or in the abstract. If you see something like n is equal to 12 students and it's claiming huge conclusions, red flag, that's a pilot, not a gospel. For clinical papers, I also check if there is a control group or a comparison. For lab studies, I look for replicates or validation data. It's not about judging harshly, it's about knowing how much weight to give to their conclusions. Once you have done this triage, you will start noticing how many papers look impressive on the surface but crumble under 5 seconds of scrutiny. Step 3 is the result snapshot. This is the fun part. You're basically hunting for single thing the authors actually found. Scroll straight to the results section, or even better, the figures and tables. Ignore the paragraphs for now. Speak numbers louder than adjectives. Ask what changed, by how much. For example, if it's a study on sleep performance and test performance, find the line says something like intervention group scored 50% higher after 1 week. That's the takeaway. I usually screenshot that one figure or table and paste it into my Notion notes under heading Findings. Later, when I'm revising or writing a review, I can glance at it and remember exactly what the paper showed without rereading the whole PDF. Don't get lost in the discussion section. It's mostly authors justifying their findings or comparing with others. The real data lives in the results. So to recap, skim to see if paper's worth your time, methods triage to judge if it's trustworthy, results snapshot to grab the takeaway. You've just turned what used to take you half an hour into 5-minute process. You can repeat this a few times and your brain starts predicting where key info lives in every paper. Suddenly, every research feels structured, not overwhelming. And if you want help remembering all of this, I made a 1-page checklist that summarizes every step. It's completely free. Link is in the pinned comment. And next week, I'll show you how to choose which papers to read in the first place, because half the battle is picking the right ones. Comment your specialty below: cardiology, neurology, pediatrics. I'll choose one and break down a real paper from it. If this helped, subscribe, not because of the algorithm, but because I'm building a whole free library to make research simple, fast, and ethical for med students like us. Thanks for watching, and happy ending.